Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in Virgo, waning to new moon in Pisces, February into March 2021? I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, Virgo, sun sign, the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you, my Virgs, you can call me Mal. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I love my What Do I Need reads. It's like pulling 1 card a day, but 8 and for 2 weeks, right? Welcome back. Happy to do the reads for you. These are like spiritual counseling in under an hour. Kind of digging it. Big time. I really enjoy doing them. They're not the most watched things on my channel. Everybody wants the soulmates and the true love reads. That's fine. And those are timeless. These are not my timeless. In fact, we are looking at a very specific timeline. We are looking at the full moon in Virgo on Saturday the 27th, 3:17 a.m. Eastern Time. I am in Long Island, New York. Waning, so it's a waning moon read to the new in Pisces, Saturday the 13th, 5:21 a.m. And I'm excited for this full moon because it looks like on that Friday we are going to be launching my book, Words of Grace, in its new Kindle format. So excited, my first Kindle book. A guy always remembers his first and his last, right? So really looking forward to that. Oh, and I'm doing tarot parties on Facebook. I am doing Zoom. I went Zoom Pro. I paid the subscription. I'm doing Zoom Pro on my DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page, and we can record it. We actually recorded this last one, and I sent everybody who attended the link so they could watch it back, right? It's 10 people tops. I mean, I might bring in some more people than that if it's feeling it, but everybody gets read, and it's a really good time. It's a party, right? First one we had cocktails. Second one we had pajama party. We'll see with all this snow coming down in New York what Mondays is, but it's every Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on. So if you're interested, links are in the description box. Otherwise, let's get up in this gig. Like I said, 8-card draw. 1 card from 8 different card systems. We've got 3 oracles, 3 healing systems, and 2 tarot decks to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need for this full moon to new moon. Next, all I could ever ask for anybody watching any of my readings is standard YouTube rules apply. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You don't like it? Chances are it's not your read. Chances are I can't read every single Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign because we're all so freaking different, man. We are grains of sand, Virgo, mutable earth, right? It's a little hard to pin down, but we can get some general themes here. So if you can, please put both feet on the floor, earth signs that we are, connect to the Great Mother. Focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace from my pantheons of the divine to which I am intimately interwoven and contracted to serve in this method, whether on video or not. So let's get up in this gig. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, and there are always very interesting links to check out on the way down should you wish to further your education or, for that matter, entertainment with me on Vimeo.com and other places as well. I guess that's about it. Let's get up in this gig. Please take a nice deep breath. And let's see if I'm in this one. I gave up trying to separate myself from the readings when the guides are saying, yeah, that's you. I'm like, oh, fuck. So let's do this. Let's see if we can have fun with this one. It is a waning moon, right? Letting go, releasing, dissolving, alchemizing from lead to gold, which is why we're going to start with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. You'll see. Breathe. We'll see. Breathe. Well, that feels really nice. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, and the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the dominant archetype in play? The soul power that needs, what do I need read? It needs to be alchemized from lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy. Whether within the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, and somebody they're dealing with, a situation, some of that sometimes could be holographic, where that archetype is present in themselves and everyone around them as well as in the situation. So please, the dominant archetype in play for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and our full moon for the year in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces. Oh, yes, the Liberator archetype, rock and roll. Oh, let's hope this is ours. Now, the shadow side of any archetype is a fucking nightmare, right? But even if the archetype sounds horrible, the light side of it is just as brilliant. Archetypes are neutral, right? We're all on a sliding scale of percentage from lead to gold. And the alchemy of, this is why I use this deck for the waning moon reads, lead has 3 more atoms than gold. So 3 atoms have to be released, waned, transformed, forgiven, however you want to phrase that. I have the Liberator archetype. You can have an archetype for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This is one that comes and goes in my life, so it's a season. One, the shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. I set you free from your bondage. Now do what I say, right? I've been there. People have tried that shit on me. It don't work on me. Water off a duck's back. Jinx. Ignoring legitimate constraints. And I have got a perfect example for this. You're having a party. I know, imagine. Remember when we used to have parties and somebody is in recovery, right? Maybe alcoholism or something. You're like, lighten up, have a drink, right? No. No. That's not liberation. That's enabling. And that's really sabotorial. So the light, you feel how toxic that is. So the light attribute, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. And I gotta say, that's very Virgo. Though we are earth signs, we are ruled by Mercury, still retrograde, I believe, at this point. So we've probably been looking over a lot of our belief systems, maybe even the belief systems of others, considering what we've all been going through for the past year, jinkies, right? So a liberation here, whether it's you, a situation can be a liberator as well. So let's keep going. Oh, I've got my decks reversed. How dare I? Okay. So we do this collective pantheons, angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and higher selves. So let's talk to the angels. Healing with the Angels Oracle. Who's the angel you need to work with to alchemize, to heal that liberator archetype? Please take a nice deep breath. That's the best part about working with angels. It's like, even if it is in somebody else, to them it's all holographic. So they'll show you what you can do to heal, right? It's healing with the Angels Oracle. So please, yay, my angels of earth and my angels and archangels of earth and the sign of Virgo, my aerialites, my urielites, my aureolites. Please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, receiving this reading, who is the legions of what healing angels do they need to work with, right? It's like the angels are saying, we are glad to help, but the call has to come from you. What are the angels that they most need to work with in terms of this liberator archetype from this full moon in Virgo, our full moon of the year, to waning to new in Pisces? The angel of abundance. Isn't that liberating? Now look, abundance, I know, I jump to it too. Money, money, money. Must be sunny in a rich man's world. Just abbot us. Look, with this liberator archetype, obviously there is a financial aspect with any earth sign, right? The entire minor arcana suit of coins, right? Pentacles is very much about money, but not always. Abundance really does mean extra, right? Abundance. You can have an abundance of worry. You can have an abundance of responsibility, right? So what would the healing angels of abundance do? Like, oh, okay, they bring me abundance. Well, from their point of view, the universe itself is abundant. This would help you heal, to connect with the abundance you already have, one way of looking at it, right? Seeing the abundance that you're not aware of, maybe moving you into gratitude for what you already have. Sometimes that's it. And then gratitude is the attitude of increase. What you give thanks for multiplies. It's not new. I didn't make that up. I learned that from the Ashaya monks, actually. Oh my God, 20 plus years ago. So, there may be an abundance of healing for you here because it's a healing angel, but also an abundance of liberation, which means that chains have to be broken. Look, we're all under legitimate constraints right now. Wear a fucking mask, right? That's all. It's like, nobody comes to my house unless they are immune, because they already had it, right? Vaccinated, or under lockdown like I have been, right? That's a Virgo for you. I visit my parents every 3 months, upstate in Saratoga. Man, they're older. I'm 52. Do the math, right? It's like, I ain't bringing anything up there. No, right? So Virgo, right? So those are legitimate constraints. We can still find liberation within them. Particularly in terms of the mental, right? How we're seeing things. So keep in mind, we are ruled by the planet Mercury, an air planet, right? We share it with Gemini, which I'm not too thrilled about, but whatever. I still hold that everybody's allowed to have at least one zodiacal bias, and mine is Gemini. Psychos of the Zodiac. Let's do the Crystal Oracle, dedicated to the voice of Archangel Ariel, who was just in that angel read there that brought us the angel of abundance, but she is one of the 3 archangels of the north, the powers of earth, and is the Archangel of Lyons. And my name is, after all, Archangel of Lyons. I questioned my mom about it. She goes, your brother's name is Matthew, yours is Mark. Your great-grandfather's name is Angelo. That's why you're Mark Angelo. Lyons just happens to be your father's last name. It's like, yeah, sure, Mom. They drugged her up 1968. She came out, it's like, let's name him Archangel. What? Oh, let's call him Mark Angelo. Take a nice deep breath. Where are you? There you are, my beloved clairvoyance for fun and profit. I love you. She's also one of the angels of clairvoyance, which I adore. Hello, my beloved Archangel Ariel. Please, one card in clarity for us Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. You're right. Watching this video, doing this video, receiving this reading. Please, what is our Crystal Oracle message? Whether it's just in the book, the stone itself that's indicated, our own experience with it, a clue, a tip, a hint here for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This full moon in Virgo, our full moon waning to new in Pisces. Ooh, lapis lazuli. I have a ring in storage. A lapis lazuli ring. I never wear it. I should. I will. I will now. I love lapis lazuli. It's one of the stones in the breastplate of the high priest. Look, I just gave you Old Testament. I've said it over and over again in these videos. I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but boring. Plus, I'd have to wear tweed with the elbow patches. I don't mind an elbow patch. I prefer an elbow pad. Knee pads too when necessary. Lapis lazuli, keywords: protection, power, and expansive thinking, like the Liberator would have, right? Expanding past the belief systems that hold us in mental chains. So don't crack up, bend your brain, see both sides, throw off your mental chains. Woo hoo hoo. It's from St. Howard of the Jones. Lapis lazuli is a highly spiritual crystal that helps cut through illusions and expands your thinking in ways that serve to empower you. Now, really, if the fears are the chains that bind us, very much the Devil card in the tarot hasn't hit the table yet. We'll see if it does, right? The chains that bind us. We could walk away from them. We could liberate ourselves, but some things are ingrained. Some things are conditioned since birth. I mean, I heard big boys don't cry my whole childhood, and I'm like, I wish I had known. I was like, excuse me, I'm a Pisces moon. I'm crying your tears that you won't cry. You know, that would have went over like a lead balloon. So, you know, there may be illusions at play here. Now, if you are not the Liberator archetype you are dealing with here, you may be seeing this from the outside and getting that some people are held in place by chains of smoke. Chain smoking, right? They look real, but they're not. You could walk right through them. A little question here for you. Is it not time to let go of an outmoded way of thinking or a belief system which no longer serves you? Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Outmoded? It's in the book. These are two totally different companies. This is Blue Angel. This is Hay House, right? Outmoded beliefs. I can't believe that word just replicated. This is what happens when you work with the divine every day. Is it not time to let go of an outmoded way of thinking or a belief system which no longer serves you? Remember, you are eternally protected. There's nothing to fear, so just be yourself. There's liberation. You'll soon find yourself thinking outside the square. Thinking outside the square, what? Porter Square? Harvard Square? Garden City, you will soon find yourself thinking outside the square, and in doing so, you will begin to unlock your true and unique potential. You know, unique does work for Virgos because there are apparently no two grains of sand exactly alike, and Virgo is the element of sand, right? I want empirical evidence. Have they checked all of them? Talk about detail-oriented. Be a leader, not a follower. Dare to be different, WLIR. And success is yours. I'll take this reading. I'll take this reading for me. You have the ability to mentally and emotionally rise above all you encounter in life, and in doing so, a clearer picture emerges. This rocks. So it could be that this abundance that you're dealing with is an expanded thought, right? Expanded mind, freedom, right? Coming in through you seeing outside the square. Times Square. I have a friend who lives around the corner from Times Square, and he says every year at New Year's Eve, it's like hearing the Titanic sink right outside his window. Bless his heart. Not this past year so much. Although that Mariah Carey year did him in. He's still okay. Bless you, Michael. If you're out there, he's not a Virgo. So let's get you some tarot narrative, right? We got 1 healing system and 2 oracles. Let's get what's going on here for us at this point. I will claim this reading. Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. What we need to be aware of inside of ourselves this waning moon. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of earth and the sign of Virgo. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, even through my own eyes, if this is me. What does the Virgo collective need to be aware of inside of themselves? Heart, throat, third eye, crown, the yin dynamic, the world behind their eyes, their psychological dynamics, particularly the third eye aspect indicated here with this Liberator with lapis lazuli, which is a little tricky, a little liberating lapis lazuli. Lots of alliteration. This full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces. Our full moon to our opposite moon. February, March 2021. We have got the 8 of Pentacles, the learner. I love this card. It's a very Virgo card, and it is Earth, by the way, Pentacles. This is a picture of a maiden learning how to weave a blanket from a crone. The mother's probably off tending children, but the maiden and the crone are there passing on wisdom. The learner. If you can really tune in and say, okay, I know that I don't know, Grace of Humility, the first grace in my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch by Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short, then really you could be like, all right, I am willing to learn. I am willing to expand. I am willing to see outside the square. I've never said that before. I'm willing to think outside the box. I'm willing to lapis lazuli myself on this and lead. But understand, there's nothing wrong with saying, particularly at an 8 of Pentacles, I'll do the work. I will do this not just through the mental, this is an earth card, through my experience. Wisdom comes from experience. You can read every book on planet Earth. I've been using this metaphor for decades. I can watch Food Network. They could have a creme brulee special, right? Every single host making creme brulee. I could watch that. But until I put blowtorch to sugar, I do not have creme brulee wisdom. Knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. And nor do I want it, because you really don't want me to have a blowtorch in the house. I'm a potion witch. I'm good with an electric glass top. Thank you very much, stove. I do not need to set shit on fire like that. But I love that card. That's nice and stable. 2 4s and 8. A nice solid materialization. I really think that you have everything that you need in you at this point. Granted, it's not the 9, it's not the 10, it's the 8. But you are in process. So acknowledging yourself, yeah, learning curve, good. Let's grow. Every time our mind expands, we are learning, right? There's so much information. The information on this, the data multiplication, the data doubling on this planet must be happening like every 30 seconds now. So hard to keep up. So we need to liberate the blinders, the psychic blinders that we have going on, so that we can see things from the point of view of the psyche, the soul. Right? That's where the word psychic comes from. It really just means of the soul. I don't know why people make such a big deal about it. Hate the word, though. I'm a professional intuitive. Thank you very much. So let's find out what's going on in the physical. The Mythic Tarot Just did Daughters of the Moon Tarot. We'll do Mythic Tarot here. What's going on in the outside world, or how we appear in the outside world connected to all of this. And I'll put it all together in the prayer here. Breathe. My gods of earth and the sign of Virgo. Get in there, you. Please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, receiving this reading, maybe giving this reading. What is it that we need to be aware of in the outside world, or maybe how we appear from the outside looking in? Dealing with this Liberator archetype that we need to deal with, and the calling in the Angel of Abundance that we need to call in, and this Lapis Lazuli that we need to work with to be, so we can really feel our protection, our expanded thinking. There's clairvoyance in there, there's vision in there, I can feel that, with that Liberator breaking those chains. And with this Eight of Pentacles, the learner within ourselves that we need to embrace and work with, and really get that this is where we are in our internal state. What's going on outside of us? This full moon in Virgo, our full moon, waning to new in Pisces. It's such a Virgo card. You never hear it though. The High Priestess. You know, you're just not talking about it. You might also be dealing with the High Priestess energy, right? If that's not the Virgo, well, it is the Virgin. Well, here, this is Persephone as Queen of the Underworld. She's actually a threefold goddess. People don't get it. She's the Maiden of Spring, the Summer Lady, who is at her most lethal, heat stroke, wildfires, right? And then for 6 months out of the year, she's back with her husband underground as the Queen. So she's not Maiden Mother Crone, she's Maiden Lady Queen, right? And all of that exists within her. Now here, she's got dead flowers in one hand because she's no longer the Maiden of Spring. But in the other hand, she's got the pomegranate. So this is before she ate them, if you know the myth. Creating the cycle of seasons with her mother Demeter and her husband Hades and all of that. So there is a deeper wisdom inside of you that you might not be letting on about. Now that's the thing. We've got this thing, Lapis Lazuli, saying, lead, don't care what anybody else thinks. But that doesn't mean you need to cast your wisdom pearls before swine. Now, calling people swine, I have a little bit of a mythic connection there, because Circe, if you haven't read the book or listened to the audio, Circe, well, that's the original. Kirke is actually Circe, C-I-R-C-E from the Odyssey. Madeline Miller's book, trust me, it's so good. So good. I've already listened to it twice. I like audiobooks. It can freeze me up to do other shit around the house. But there is a deeper, they're giving me the word occult wisdom, but that scares people. Occult just means hidden, right? You might very well be playing your cards to your chest, liberating yourself with what you are learning in a situation here that may very much have to do with money, right? With that abundance thing here, right? You know, healing poverty consciousness. It's a very much a waning moon thing. Breaking outside of that. But there's nothing wrong with being covert about it if this is really you doing your own healing. Virgos, we have to heal ourselves. We have to heal and serve ourselves. We're the servants of the zodiac. If we don't do that, we burn out and become, let's just say, there's so many words, bitches, right? We become inflamed, we become critical and nasty, and I don't know, I'm not going to go so far as to say Dolores Umbridge, but on a bad day, you know, rules and regulations to abide and obey, Fuzzbox. This is powerful. This is a powerful wisdom inside of you, but it is presenting as secret wisdom unless you are dealing with a High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, I know several. I know several. Need not be literal, right? Might be that there is information being withheld from you as well. Secrets. But I can't get away from that strong, deeper, intuitive, mystical piece of this for you. Hence the Lapis Lazuli, a high vibrational spiritual stone. 3 cards left. Let's see what this is about. Chuck Spizzano Love Pack and the Healing Mantra Deck by Matt Kahn, both dedicated to the Ascended Masters. This is half of the Chuck Spizzano Love Pack. The Suit of Problems. The other 3 suits are on the shelf. I use those for the waxing moon reads. These are the waning. What's the problem? Hello, Houston. Breathe. Millennials are like, who's Houston? Angelica. Breathe. Ah, great. Now I've got Roald Dahl's witches in my head. Please, my Ascended Masters General Assembly. I'm not necessarily getting a soul contract read here. There may be a financial aspect here. This could all be within the Virgo themselves, considering the High Priestess in most tarot is considered the Virgin, the Empress, the Mother, and oftentimes the Hermit as the crone, which is also the Virgo card. So please, what is the problem here that this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading needs to be aware of, right? With this Liberator archetype and the Angel of Abundance and Lapis Lazuli and the Learner and the High Priestess, it feels lovely. But what's the fly in that ointment? What is the grain of sand in the belly of the oyster that creates the pearl of wisdom, the problem that will allow them to liberate a solution? This full moon in Virgo, our full moon of the year, waning to new in Pisces. What did I just say about rules and regulations? To abide and obey, the card of rules. There are rules in place here that have become a problem. I say it often. Don't talk to strangers is a brilliant rule for a 4-year-old in today's, well, I had that growing up when I was a kid. Don't talk to strangers. Great in a 4-year-old. Nightmare in a 44-year-old. You have to talk to people. You have to talk to people. So there are rules. See, but these are mental rules. Like, I'm not getting this is about, you know, legitimate constraints, right? The legitimate constraints of the time in which we live right at this very moment are pretty severe. I get it. But this isn't that. This is not that. This may be there's been a change in your honor code, right? A change in the financial rules of things, a change in your life where you have to really liberate yourself from boundaries that may have been very supportive, healthy, and helpful at a time in your life, but now are no longer supportive. They are constraining, right? Chains are really helpful if you need to, I don't know, strap grandma to the family truckster. Totally got a vacation flashback, right? But not great if they are cutting into your skin, metaphorically speaking, right? Liberation. Lapis Lazuli. Lapis can be very expensive depending on the cut and the quality. I was in the gem and mineral business working in New Age metaphysical healing centers for decades. I still have PTSD. Sometimes the word chakra hurts in my ear. Your chakra's blocked. Go fuck yourself, Virgo. So, you know, just get yourself a decent piece of Lapis Lazuli. It's not impossible to find, but do understand it looks an awful lot like sodalite. The difference is Lapis Lazuli has pyrite in it, little seams, veins of gold in it. So it looks like it's not real gold. It's pyrite. Just so that you know the difference. Buyer beware. I'm a Virgo, so are you. Right. So there's the problem is the rules. Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say through Matt Kahn's Healing Mantra deck. This is really helpful for personal healing, but I use it for clients all the time. And I will recommend, Virgo, to check your other signs and write down the mantras. Put them on Post-its or index cards and then shuffle them around. You get total paragraphs of like a whole, it's sort of like a treasure hunt, right? Or a scavenger hunt, right? And you put all the pieces together and it's like, oh my God, it's exactly what I'm going through. So please take a nice deep breath. Having fun with y'all, please, my Ascended Masters. General Assembly, right? I don't know that there's anybody else necessarily highlighted here. So please, one card in clarity for us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is our perfect healing mantra to help us alchemize this Liberator archetype from shadow to light, right? That could even help us call in and work with this healing angel of abundance with the Lapis Lazuli that we need, because we've got the wisdom inside of us that we need to acknowledge. Sometimes we forget how much we have been through and what we've learned until it's time to realize that. And with that High Priestess, whether this is us from the outside looking in or dealing with somebody, there is definitely something that needs to be acknowledged here. Something's being kept secret where maybe it needs to be shared and expressed if that feeling of protection is really established there because of rules, because of some problem with the rules we need to be aware of. Oh, I think I get what this is about for me. So what is our perfect healing mantra? Guys, can wait until after the reading if you like. So please, what is it that the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, our perfect healing mantra that we really, really need this full moon in Virgo, our full moon? To new in Pisces, February, March 2021, resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. This may very well be liberating, you liberating yourself from a tense situation where the rules are cutting into your psychic skin. And it's making you angry. And why wouldn't it? It's like chomping at the bit, straining against your chains. You got some anger in here. Now, it does not necessarily say towards somebody, but this is definitely talking about an inflamed nervous system. Like inflammation is it is a causal factor in a lot of diseases and conditions, right? Like even right now, if you haven't noticed, I've got I call it a tarot elbow brace because I haven't played tennis since the 80s. But, you try slinging oracles and tarot all day, weeks on end without a break, right? It's inflamed, tendinitis, inflammation, right? Irritation. So I have to rest, right? So resolving anger, I need to take space for myself because there is conflict here that you need to liberate yourself from. Resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself, even if someone else is in conflict. And isn't that this High Priestess card? Playing your cards close to your chest, taking space. When anger is resolved, you're able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. And I think that transformation that's taking place is that of the Liberator, growing past some of these rules. I picked up a lot of rules from my family of origin, and most of them people are dead now, right? So it's sort of like, that didn't really work for you, but it's might still be in there. You know what I mean? Like certain things, look both ways before you cross the street. That's not conditioning, that's wisdom. And you have that Eight of Pentacles here within. So whatever is really holding you back here, there's a real liberation here in place. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed or to balance out patterns of doing with moments of silent being. Totally get that here with that High Priestess, to really settle into that innocence, that wisdom of knowing that you don't know, but that you're willing to be shown, the grace of humility, and give yourself some space. I totally take that for myself. As you resolve anger, you are able to find the time you need to be both rested and productive. Oh my goodness gracious. This mantra is ideal for managing stress, deepening interpersonal communication. So maybe there's some communication that needs to happen here and go deeper, but you can't because of rules that need to be you need to be liberated, that whoever the other is needs to be liberated from. And tempering frustration. Now, the card Temperance is not on the table, but Temperance, look, I'm just going to recommend on YouTube, watch some, there's a bunch of them on there. I got hooked into them for a while, where they temper steel, where they take steel, right, and they beat the crap out of it, and they, hi baby, they put it in a furnace, get it white burning hot, and then they drench it in motor oil. The tempering process is rough, but it makes you unbreakable. Not right, Milks? It's my, I don't know if you can see him. He's a black cat standing on a chair with black cushions. He's a good boy. He's been my companion today, following me around. So this is definitely telling you, take space. Nobody does it like a Virgo. Well, Aquarians too, but they go up in the sky. We can totally like pull back into our own cave. Maybe take a little time in the underworld. The underworld is not hell. It's rather lovely this time of year. In my experience, Persephone's down there, right? Until Ostara, until March. We're almost there. All right. So let's get your last card down here. Our last card down. Kitty sneeze. So cute. One card in clarity, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please take a nice deep breath. I crossed my legs like the Virgo that I am under the table. They're like, both feet on the floor, Mark. Yes, higher selves. Breathe. Yeah, this feels peaceful. All right, please. Higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included. One card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this read. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that we need, considering we're dealing with the Liberator archetype that we need to deal with, dealing with the Angel of Abundance that we need to heal with. That rhymed. With the lapis lazuli that we need to work with that learner, that 8 of Pentacles within ourselves that we need to acknowledge, that High Priestess on the outer that we need to accept that maybe that's us, right? Or if we're dealing with something that there is something definitely hidden, but it's probably more of a spiritual, mystical nature because of that lapis lazuli. We need to think outside the square. So weird. And that the problems are the rules. We need to see that the problem here is the rules, that the rules need to be revised, and that we need to resolve our anger, conflict, reminding us when we need more space for ourselves. So please, higher selves, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above, what does the Virgo need? Our full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces, February, March 2021. Come on. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Have patience. But look, if you're dealing with resolving anger, then that patience is also with yourself. To love yourself, to give yourself the space that you need. Now, Matt Kahn wrote a really good book, Whatever Arises, Love That, the first of 3. I think it's the bestseller of the 3 of them. He's really good. Just used his mantra deck, right? That he says self-love really boils down, and this is paraphrasing, to time, space, rest, and breath, right? So taking the time out that you need, the space away from people, this is the space aspect of it. Rest, totally indicated here, right? Getting the rest that you need, because so that the nervous system can kind of unwind, right? Those emotions move through us. And breath, right? To just give breath to it all, to stay in that present moment and whatever you're feeling, to allow it to alchemize through you. It's very, very liberating. So this have patience is such a Virgo thing, right? But not when you have unresolved anger. So let me put this together for you. I love doing this part. Please take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, please, may the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces, that they may receive the protection, the clarity, the outside the box thinking, the clairvoyance, the transcendence that they need. With lapis lazuli as the High Priestess, inner or outer, may be holding deeper mystical secrets in play that hide or trigger the wisdom that this Virgo needs on their path. Having the patience, love being patient and kind always, to the best of their ability for themselves and everyone else involved while they resolve anger. Conflict reminding us when we need more space for ourselves, calling upon the Angel of Abundance to assist in this, perhaps with the physical, emotional support that we need, maybe just giving us the information, the guidance, and grace that we need, alchemizing the Liberator archetype from lead to gold, regardless of the rules that need to shift and change, that they change rather than enchain the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, so that we may heal, grow, learn, evolve, accept how wise we are in this particular situation, liberate ourselves and everyone else around us who's ready to be liberated for the well-being of all. So would it be. And so it is. They just said, and what a service that is. Excuse me, every time you liberate yourself, everyone is a little bit more liberated. That's unity. That's just unity consciousness there. That's the quantum for you. It's not that we're all interconnected. We're all one thing appearing to be different things. That was a bit much. That being said, if you liked the video, please like it. You want more? Subscribe. If you like commenting, please do. And share, share, share. Sunny, and share. Share as you like, as you will. Otherwise, wishing you all, honestly, from my heart to yours, the very, very best and the very, very blessed of this our full moon of the year, waning to new in Pisces. Virgo power. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be. Kitty meow.